Hello, hello, hello. Let me know if we're good. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. Can you guys hear me? If you guys can hear me okay? I just checked my own stream in like on my what's it called? All right. So first of all, thank you very much, guys, for 15,000 subscribers. I mean, I think I hit 14,000 maybe. I don't know, maybe like less than a month ago, which is kind of crazy. So thank you for all of your support. Um, Basically, I do these every 1,000 subscribers as a way to kind of spend time with you guys and you guys getting to know me on a more personal and less formal way. And yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna discuss some topics, and I want to know your thoughts. And then after that, we can go into some questions. And if you guys have any questions, like right now, you guys can write them down. I might go through them, like either if any topics get stale or something, or conversation gets slow. What's going on, Gary? Shout out to Gary, guys. This dude, he helped me out with my website, like to make it like 100% streamlined, 100% perfect. So thank you very much, Gary. I appreciate you, man. Um, Shout out to Brandon. Brandon has been a member of the YouTube channel for so long. Thank you so much for your support, man. It really does mean a lot. Shout out to Noah. He's a what's it called? He's a patron and like a very relevant person in the Discord group. If you guys have not checked out the Discord group, I highly recommend it. The link is in the description. You guys will meet like a lot of collectors in there that I mean, dude, we discuss so many things from OCG to random products and like really rare stuff. So I recommend that you guys can ask questions in there as well if you guys are not able to reach me. Shout out to Crispy as well. He's a Discord member as well as a Patreon member. So yeah, thank you very much. By the way, all my patrons, I did not do year-end sales video because I plan on doing that once I do my taxes, so that you guys can get like basically all the information on how I did like basically my livelihood for the past year. So I think you guys will enjoy that, I think, because it gives you like more of a back end approach to how I run my so-called business. So yeah, I recently recorded like 3 videos, so they're with my editor. I'm trying to get a little bit ahead so that I don't have to rush out videos, but Friday's video will be complete coverage on Dark Paladin and the history of it, as well as the recent history in the past 2 years with the whole pop report and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that. I highly recommend that. Shit, I dropped my ledger. So yeah, um, so the first few topics that I want to talk about, I ordered 3 of the sneakers, and it wasn't until it got delivered that they emailed me and said they could only fulfill one and refunded me the other 2. Oh wow, really, eh? What's interesting is that I actually ordered 50 of them, and I only had 15 get fulfilled. So yeah, that I they definitely undercut, and I that's why I think supply is going to be a lot shorter than what people think it is. You ever own any wavy SDK on Limb Blue Eyes? It's gorgeous. I think I have a sealed deck. that is wavy, but no, I'm not really too big on like the the very small differences. Like if it's unlimited, it's unlimited to me. I don't really care too much about the smaller stuff. Do I spot a new display there? Yeah. So this is gonna be the display. It's not complete yet, and I'm waiting for me to complete it before I do my room tour video. The plan is to be able to get the Green Hulk, which is another version. It's less rare than this one. This is the Holy Grail, but there is a lesser version that I want to pick up because I love this statue. This is like my favorite statue of all time. Um, so yeah, dark. Wait, what? They let you buy more than one? No, no, they didn't let me. I'm buying everything aftermarket, guys. Like I'm not paying retail price. Okay, I paid aftermarket price, and I ordered 50 of them, and only 15 got fulfilled. So yeah, the idea is that I'm gonna get the Green Hulk there. Doctor Doom is gonna move, and then it's basically gonna be this setup here. I might add in a Punisher beside the Iron Man one, but Mark One, but I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, and then yeah, but this is like I love this display piece. You know what's funny? I was telling a couple of buddies of mine came over, and I was telling them how the real holy grail in this display is the glass doors. The glass doors are discontinued by IKEA in 2013, and I think they retailed for like 15 $20. Now they go for like 150 bucks a door. Like they're absolute grails. Like people in the statue community are dying to get some, but nobody's selling. So yeah, like you can go on what's it called uh, uh, carousel in Singapore, and you'll see that these things go for like 80 to $100, and then in the United States 150 to 200 bucks for literally glass doors. I feel like a glass shop can make those doors for you. Yeah, they can. The problem is that it's gonna cost you as much, and when you go to resell them, it's gonna be more difficult. So people would rather just pay the 150 bucks, right? Like think about it like this: if I'm a business owner, if I'm a collector and I'm trying to preserve the value of my collection, right? If I go and sell this whole Besta piece, I can probably get around $1,000 for this. However, if I go to sell the Besta piece plus custom doors, I might have paid $1,000, but I won't be able to get that because I can't advertise that these are what's called Tombow doors. You understand? Tombo, right? If I'm able to advertise that this is Tombow doors, a lot more people will be able to recognize the value and pick it up. So hopefully that's kind of making sense. But yes, a custom shop can make them for you. And if it is just for you, like your personal collection, there's no, you're not hoping, you're hoping to be buried with them basically, then yes. But for me, I'm not really attached to material things. Like, I like them, I appreciate them, but you know, if they gotta go, they gotta go, right? So because of this, I would like to preserve my investment as much as possible, and that's why I had to go with the tumble doors. But I did not pay $150. Like there's an ice cube's chance in hell I will pay $150 for doors, right? So I actually bought a complete Besta, okay, with the tumble doors from some old lady for $80. I ended up selling the Besta for 100 bucks, and I just kept the doors for basically free plus $20 profit. But yeah, that's that's how I got these guys. And ever since I posted them in the statue groups, like people have been messaging me all day. So yeah. But yeah, this is these are called tumble doors. If you find them, like if you're a hustler like me, you like flipping things. What's it called? Look out in your local areas if you can find these doors, and then go to the statue groups, post them, and you'll make a lot of money selling these. When I go to sell, I'd probably be able to profit around 600 bucks, maybe. Yeah, 600 bucks on these doors, like minimum. It's kind of crazy. And the quality is actually like not even that great, like to be honest with you, but it's just everybody recognizes them. Everybody that sees these are gonna be like, "Holy shit, you found tumbledores!" Like, how the hell did you find that? I'm a new collector and spend hours and hours watching your videos. Shout out to you, Alex. I appreciate that, man. Like my goal is to make like a catalog of all things Yu-Gi-Oh, where if any new collector comes in, they find my channel, they'll be able to basically watch every single video and learn everything that there is to know about Yu-Gi-Oh. Hey man, congrats on 15K. I bought a binder from you and I have to say the quality is unbelievable. Definitely order more next month. Hey, thank you so much, Devil Bringer, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. If you guys want to support the channel and pick up your own Gardner binders that I make myself, I design them personally. The link is in the description. It's the first link. So I highly really recommend that. They're my own binders. Like I bought them as a collector for collectors. Like I made them. So we collecting IKEA furniture now. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Business idea alert. Yeah. My best card I have are the starter deck Yugi DM, starter deck Pegasus Relinquished, Glass Doors first edition. Omar, is your Magic Formula binder for sale? I've tried to look it up on eBay. No one ships internationally. That's not my own Magic Formula binder. But what's it called? If you want that, just message me. I'm able to allocate some, like, cause I bring them in wholesale. So if you're interested in a thing, just use the email in the description. Shoot me an email, and I'll see if I can get you one. If I can get one out to you. But yeah, I did not make the Magic Formula binder. The reason is because the quality wasn't coming out to how I liked it, if that makes sense. For example, like I tried to use certain materials on the cover to make it look 3D-ish. And like I would, like when I got the binders in, I had to basically put in some wear and tear. And the bead, for example, like if you look up the Magic Formula binder, there's a bead that sits in the middle, the emerald bead. That one would not stay on. Like I tried everything and it would not stay on. So I ended up like tossing the idea. I could not find a way to execute it without compromising on the longevity of the product. Man, I wish I bought more D-tops before they go up to 100. Yeah. Hey, it says, do you think Photon Hypernova will hold its value just like Darkwing Blast? I have no idea, man. I really don't know. Other US sites other than Foot Locker inhibit selling the shoes? We don't know so far, but these are the only ones that are confirmed. Look up Imperium Duelist. That's where it's from. Yeah, that's where it is from. Yeah. Except how, they'll look up how to they'll look up every video except how to play. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Going to need the display case for the Gardner collection. Yeah, this is actually if you go with the Besta fits them perfectly. Like at least that's my opinion. It fits them really well. You think Magician of Black Chaos is the best looking card in the game? I would argue Dark Paladin DMGR. I like DMGR too, to be honest with you. I really like it too. I just like blue more than purple, and that's why I like Magician of Black Chaos. Thoughts on Disney Lorcana? That's just a cash grab in my opinion. Will 25th anniversary card have 25th anniversary logo on them? No idea. What are the shoes unopened going for currently? Like 800? Probably like maybe more around like 600 to 700, I would say. But yeah, depends on the size really. I think they would do 25th LOB000. Probably. I mean, I hope if it's stamped, I think that would be great for the hobby. It would be great for the product itself. you think Sacred Beasts are overrated or underrated? Depends what version of the Sacred Beasts. Thoughts on the G4 gods? I them. The Leo plus Japanese parallel secrets make them truly look mighty. I don't like parallel rares. I don't like it. I just think it looks too tacky in my opinion, and I don't like the way that it looks. Did you sell your Festa? If so, why? Yeah, I sold my Festa because Bitcoin completely crashed, and I wanted to build a bigger position in that. So I ended up selling that, and the guy paid me in Bitcoin. So, well, he didn't pay me. He traded me his Bitcoin for my Festa. Yeah, but yeah, I did trade it away. Uh, top three food. My top three foods. I really like pizza. I really like. I like doughy things. Okay, like I'm Arab. I like doughy things. I like anything that has really good tasting bread. Okay, and so anything in that category is my favorite food. Um, but I would say pizza, and I really like a nice juicy burger too. But I'm trying to cut back on meat. Do you think you duel in real life, not on Master Duel? Nah, I don't do that. I'm kind of. You have to understand, like for me, I'm kind of over games, if that makes sense. For me, the only reason I collect is because I really like the art. You understand? Like I'm. It's like these, right? Like I like the art and the higher aspects of the collecting world, if that makes sense. That's why you'll never see like you'll never see like you'll never see like ugly cards in my collection. Okay, like for example, I'll give you an example. Okay, like I don't know if you guys know like the Snap Pika or the Snap Magikarp or the Snap Gyarados. Like let me show you real quick. Okay. Like, check this. Like, some dude actually paid 100 grand for this. Like, some dude paid 100 grand for this. This Gyarados right here. That's hard for. I can't. Like this Magikarp right here. This is 100 grand. Could you believe somebody paid $100,000 for this? This looks like garbage. Like, what is this? Like, how nah, man. Like, you can miss me with that, man. Like, like for me, I collect for art. Okay, I don't care about playability. I don't care about rarity. Rarity is nice, but it has to go along with the art. Like, I don't care about just rare. This looks like trash to me. Look, I can't believe that. I can't believe that this is actually being taken serious as a card, as something that is of value. Like, look at it. uh Have you hit the office? Yeah, I've been hitting the office. I actually started adding cardio because my fat ass is way overweight. So yeah. Any box break soon? So I'm actually interested in box breaking this. If you guys don't know what this is Mythological Age. This has Ultimate Rare Beast Skull Dragon inside, and it is Series 1. So the picture is really big, and like you get that old style text box. If you guys are interested in this, definitely leave a comment. The packs are gonna be around $35 a pack. Okay, so if you guys are keen on that, let me know. I mean, the box itself goes for like 1,500, but I was able to get a couple for pretty cheap, so I'm able to do them for around $1,000. But yeah, if you guys are interested in this, $35 a pack. There's 30 packs, and a very strong chance at pulling the ultimate rare Beast Skull Dragon, which is I think like $300-400 by itself. So yeah, if you're interested in Mythological Age, that would be something I'll be interested in box breaking. The ones that are Nintendo 64 screenshots. Yeah, the ones that are on the screen right now. Like somebody paid 100 grand for this garbage. Thoughts on Dragon Master Knight RPO2? Yeah, I really like the card. I have one right here actually. Check this out. This one was actually packed fresh. It's just Euro. So it has like the Euro whitening on it. But yeah, if you're interested in something like this for yeah, this is for sale. So yeah, I bought it in a collection. You are already in the positive with that trade, the Bitcoin, since it seems to be going back up. Well, I was going to be positive anyway because I don't sell my Bitcoin. I've been holding since 2016. So I've been holding for a very long time. So I'm always going to be in the positive. I might sell mine. It's a cool thing to have, but I don't really care to keep it. Yeah, I mean, if I was you, I'll probably sell it and then try to rebuy during the retail. If you don't, then just pick up the card. I think the card. I mean, I'm selling like a LP one because it has a couple of dents, straight from factory. I'm selling that for like 225, the Dark Magician. So I mean, if you want the card by itself, you can easily pick it up for a lot cheaper. Thoughts on Dragon Master Knight? Have you hit the office? I didn't see that. FMR or RPO2? Obviously RPO2, Harpy's Pet Dragon. Those look awful for real. Money laundering? Probably not. Probably some crazy collector. Beautiful things hold better value. It's human nature. For real. Is it possible everyone has different tastes, just like in food when it comes to art? Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. Like, for example, okay, we actually had this discussion on my Discord where somebody was like, I don't understand sealed. And I actually called them a simpleton because they didn't understand. But I didn't mean it in an offensive way. What I meant by simpleton is in somebody who is too simple to understand the sophistication behind what somebody else sees, right? And I totally get that, right? Like, for example, I would consider myself a simpleton when it comes to misprints. I have no idea why people collect misprints, okay? I am not talking about misprints like reverse foils or wrong attribute symbol. I'm talking about misprints like the hollow foil is shifted down or something like that. Like, I don't understand why somebody would buy something like that. That to me looks like garbage, but I'm too simple to understand what they see in that. You know what I mean? However, I would counter argue that because when I look at this Gyarados, I mean, objectively, this looks like garbage. Like, like I think if you put it in front of anybody, they're gonna be like, "What the hell is even that?" So, I don't think there's anybody that can say that can like look at this and see any type of value other than the rarity. Just my opinion. I might be too simple for that too. You know what I mean? I might be too simple to see the beauty in this Gyarados, but I would say I have a pretty good eye on things that look good. So yeah, that's my opinion on that. But I agree with you. It might be that I'm wrong about that. But yeah. Is the box OCG? Yes, that's correct. That's a nice explanation because also I started to collecting mostly for the art and nostalgic, then start to play. Is the box OCG? Yes, it is. Let's do this break. Is that on your website? No, it will be on my website, but I just want to see some feedback because I don't want to do the whole thing with the Gladiator's Assault, because you have to understand when you pay on PayPal and I refund you, I lose those fees. So like on the Gladiator's Assault, we sold like what? Almost $2,500 worth of packs. I had to refund everybody. I lost $100 for no reason. So I just want to make sure that we can break the box and I don't lose money again for no reason. So comment down below in the comment section, you would buy one, and I'm gonna hold you to it. Okay, I don't want any flakes. Okay, it's gonna be $35 a pack. There's 30 packs in there. is that on my site. I will participate in the. I appreciate you, Gary, bro. Gary is the man. I definitely agree on your point regarding that you collect because you enjoy the art. It is an expensive hobby, but still. And that's the nice thing about reprints, right? Like you can pick up the artwork for a lot cheaper. That's why I will never understand people who say, actually, let's go into this real quick because I want to hammer this home while we're here, okay? I'm going to go into the comment section of a video that I did where I talked about the missed opportunities video because that one got a lot of backlash. All right, because we're gonna go into the comments real quick and go over some of the ideas that I communicated in the comment section, and hopefully it can resonate with some of you guys. So if we go into the comment section here, okay, so some of them are saying, for example, hold on 1 second. I'm looking for the comment. I replied to it. It was one of the few comments I replied to. All right, so right here, Yugi YouTuber, okay? Gotta heavily disagree on the overall message and vibe of this video. A majority of players, especially in the earlier eras of the game this video discusses, weren't high-end collectors and instead wanted to collect a card to play with or because they were their favorites. Not everyone wants to speculate and gatekeep every single significant card in the game's history. I love Magician of Black Chaos too. You know why? Because as a kid, I was actually able to obtain the card in an accessible manner instead of it being yet another chase secret rare. My man literally, he just pops out. I messed up on the Siren. I called on the Sign of Dragons. I called him Siren. It's just the way that I talk. Like I messed up, but whatever. So the idea here is this, okay? Well, actually, somebody replied. That's why cards have multiple printings. A 10-cent common is the exact same as a $1,000 ultimate if you're playing the game. Having highly valuable collector versions of cards does not gatekeep people. I said ding, ding, ding. Because that is the fact. Guys, you need these collectible cards to be expensive. You understand? Because I promise you guys, there's a reason why people bling out their decks. Okay, there's a reason why they do that naturally. Because human nature is competitive. Okay, that's what it is. Like if I was to describe human nature in any sort of way, especially for like the men's side, which is what this hobby is dominated by, it is competitive by nature. Men like to flex. Men like to have status being shown. And the way that you show this is via expensiveness, right? Having exclusivity to something makes it desired by a lot of people. And this is very important when it comes to collectible card games. Because again, collectible means what? It means that you collect a thing. What's the difference between collecting and hoarding? Hoarding means you just buy junk just to have junk. Collecting means there's actually some chase and some element of competition in acquiring the thing, right? So what is the problem with me wanting a very high-end version of Magician of Black Chaos, right? Look at the OCG, for example. They have the tournament one, the Tokyo Dome. They have the Ultimate Rare. And then they have a bunch of commons and super rares and whatever. You guys, if you want Magician of Black Chaos so bad, you can get the super rare. Just like how Flame Wingman, you can get the ultra rare. Whatever, like Armed Dragon level 5 or level 7, you can get the rare or the ultra rares. Leave leave the higher end to people that do want it. Like, why do you have to why do you have to shit on people that because they want to collect what they want to collect? Like, stay in your own lane and I will stay in mine. I don't tell Konami don't print lower end cards because I want to gatekeep against these guys. I know that this is a completely different market. They're not interfering with me. Why is it that you guys want to interfere with me? I'm not interfering with you guys. I am actually pro Konami reprinting. Go ahead and reprint as long as there's that first edition stamp. I don't have a problem with it. I replied to this guy. I don't get why easy to require is, or I think he meant acquire, is a problem. People just really want to have exclusive cards that no one could get / too expensive to buy. I don't get why that's bad. People want this because that's what men like. Men like having status. Men like having competition. Men like being better than other men. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be better. You know what I mean? I like being better than other people in certain things because I know that I worked hard at it, or I sometimes I get lucky. I'm not going to deny it, but I would heavily say that I worked very hard on what I acquired. So I like that to show, right? Like if everything was easy to acquire, then there's nothing of value. I brought this conversation up before where I said, if you look at the MLB or the NBA, why is it that those people are paid so much? It's because there's nobody on earth that could copy what they can do. You understand? It's why comedians are paid so much. It's why there's so many, it's why engineers or doctors, like the highest level of doctors, like the highest level surgeons, they have hands that are a lot more stable than regular other surgeons, okay? And those people, they get the top dollar. And there is nothing wrong with that because you want to reward excellence. These people are excellent at what they do and you want to reward that, right? There's no, if you try to bring those people down, all you are doing is withholding excellence. That's all you are doing. You are not prompting up the lower level people to go up. By having excellence, it actually prompts the lower level people to work harder and try to achieve what they can achieve to the best of their abilities. I would not say I'm super special, but I aspire to be a very excellent person. And because of this, I work very hard on myself and on whatever endeavor I decide to take. And I try to excel at it. And that is what makes me who I am, right? And that's what makes everybody who they are, as long as they try to flourish the talents that they have. Everybody has some sort of talent, dude, okay? Like, I did not expect to be very good at sales or I did not expect to be very good at video production, okay? I never thought in my life I would do that. But I dabbled in it because, look, I saw some people that are very excellent at what they do. I was like, damn, you know, maybe I could do something like this. And I just went and learned and I tried to execute it in my own videos. Is it perfect? Probably not. Is it as good as them? Probably not. But I would say I'm getting there, right? So that exclusivity, okay, that exclusivity is what makes people want to become better. You know what I mean? And whatever it is, like, let's just say it's an exclusive card. If you want this exclusive card, you're going to have to put in more hours at work. You're going to have to, I don't know, start your own business, make something of yourself in order to acquire this exclusive thing. The MLB, if it was just open to every single garbage player, if the NBA was open for someone like myself, nobody would watch that shit because that would be boring as hell because there's no excellence being on display, right? It is literally just average folks. Like, an average basketball player is put on screen. Nobody's going to watch that. Big example is WNBA, right? Like, nobody watches WNBA because it's not the best that there is, right? I'd rather watch the NBA. So, yeah, same thing with like the club, right? Like, they don't let in ugly chicks because you can find ugly chicks wherever you want. But you will find hotter chicks being allowed free entry into the club because they are much rarer. They are harder to acquire, okay? So that gives them a little bit of exclusivity. Just like in the club, you're not going to find any broke dudes because they're not going to let those people in. They'd rather let in the high status males, right? And that's how life is. And that incentivizes men to work harder, girls to look better, whatever it is the requirement. Whatever it is the peak of that human endeavor is, people will want to work harder to acquire this thing. And that's what is the nice thing about what's it called, like exclusivity. I replied to him, I said, easy to acquire means it's not collectible nor competitive. If you want the same card and the same artwork for cheap, you can buy a reprint. You don't need to buy the first edition or the high rarity, which is made intentionally for collectors, or like at least high-end collectors. I don't understand why people who want everything to be cheap can't let other people collect how they want to collect. Like, you guys collect the reprints and I'll collect the first editions. You can stay in your lane and I can stay in my lane. I appreciate when a company prints unlimited a lot, because then everybody gets access. Like, I'm not against you having access. I'm just against you trying to step on my territory because I want to do this. Like, I want something rare and you're saying, no, you can't have something rare. You know what I mean? Like, stay, again, mind your own business. And then everyone gets to have the participation trophy. And I said that. The unlimited is the participation trophy. That's what it is. You open a pack, you can get it by having $15. Or you can get it by whatever. Like, for example, like when it comes to super high-end cards, money is not the issue anymore. Now you need to have connections. Now you need to have a favor with somebody. Like, I purchased a card recently that I'm going to do a video on. There's 6 in the world, okay? 6 of them. Now, that card, I cannot get it even if I had all the money. You understand? That card, I had to literally know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that owed me a favor that would sell it to me. So it's like, this requires a lot of work, okay? It's not something that you can just click a button and buy. And this is reflected in the lower tier cards as well, where you have to have some sort of barrier to entry to get these cards. Otherwise, nobody's going to want it. Right? Like, if everybody gets a participation trophy, there's no winners. Nobody will work hard because everybody will just get the participation trophy. The reason I work hard is because I get first place, second place. I don't want the participation ribbon. Right? And then everyone gets to have the participation trophy. But at the same time, they keep the first edition exclusive for more competitive people / collectors. I don't want a participation trophy. I want first place. If you're happy with participation trophy, all power to you. But don't try to hold other people back from wanting first place. Thanks for viewing the videos. He said, first place, participation trophy. We're collecting cards and this isn't a sport. It's not that serious, buddy. I was like, you ever look past your own nose and consider that some people take it more serious? Because I do. I take it more serious. I like this endeavor. I like collecting and I like being the best at it. These cards for casuals, there's cards for casuals and then there's cards for more serious collectors. Just like how there's playgrounds for casuals and the NBA for more serious players. Every endeavor of life is competitive, whether you want to believe it or not. Thanks for viewing the videos. So this is basically something that was brought up and I figured I'll bring it up. I might do a video like why rarity is important. But what's it called? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just, let me know what your thoughts are. Like, I would love to read your comments and see see your opinion. I would love to know. Let's see what you guys are saying. Thoughts on the Ghost Share first Ed Black Rose on eBay? Don't know. What do you think I should pay for a raw morphing jar? So I don't usually reply, but you're a member, so shout out to you, Brendan. In my opinion, I think you should try to pay under 2,000 if it's near mint, and light play under 1,000. Like, because the card is pretty available, it's just very hard to find a near mint. So if you're trying to buy it for your collection and you want the near mint copy, I would aim for under 2,000. Strictly Sealed, how's it going, dude? Had a question. Do you think Konami will ever release another anniversary pack to remember Kazuki Takahashi? I'm not sure, because I'm pretty sure they're out of artworks that they can use, but who knows? Maybe they can pull something off. I would appreciate it. I think the anniversary pack is one of the greatest packs of all time, and I'm going to do a video on it. Agree with the misprint thing. Do the break. Do you still duel? No, I don't. Do a poll. Let's break this box. Only misprint that catches my eye is full hollow bleed. That's understandable. I would buy one, but I have a beautiful, beautiful 3 pounds to my name. Don't worry, you just gotta keep working, my man. I'm down for a pack. Do you think that if someone's collecting, everyone should only collect English cards? As I live in Germany, I like to collect German cards. Hey, there you go, bro. Like I actually brought this up in another video like a long time ago. I said German cards are one of the few cards where you'll see them hold very good value that are not English. And the reason is because Germans have very high sense of pride. Okay, like I've never seen sense of pride higher than with Germans, and they're one of the few demographics that love collecting their language. Like you can go to Canada, for example, you will never see anybody collecting Canadian cards, like LOB-C, for example. You can go to France. They have a few people that collect French cards, but you will never really see people who actually die for French cards. Like most French collectors would rather buy English because that's a better investment overall. But Germans, bro, like their sense of pride, which I totally respect, it makes them chase these German cards. And I mean, all power to you. And like it's not for me, I don't speak it, but I mean, truly, I do appreciate that. I do respect it quite a bit. You're offering payment plans. How does it work? Basically, you just shoot me a message. You tell me how long you need it for, how long you need the payment plan for. I send you an invoice. You pay that every single month or every single week, however long you want. And I ship out the card once you've paid it. Hello, how's watching the hobby going? How's the watch hobby going? Did you end up getting the GS? I don't know what GS is. Thanks for the live stream, Omar. I appreciate you, man. People complain like this about shoes too. Such a childish complaint. For real. Congrats on 15K. Just buy cheap, clean comments for your cards. It's too cheap not to. What is the minimum invest to start collecting Yu-Gi-Oh for the future? Do you think that a little bit of good luck? Do you think that's a little bit of good luck? Thanks and congratulations on your videos. Sorry for my English. I don't know. You probably need, if you want to invest, you can invest at, and that's the nice thing about Yu-Gi-Oh. Like if you know what you're doing, you can probably buy at $50 and hold until they become $250, and then what's it called? You know, if you have $1,000, you can buy something for $1,000 and hold it, if you know what you're doing, and hold it until it becomes $2,000. So it just depends what your budget is. There's no really limit to it, to be honest with you. Yeah, I agree with you. It cost me almost $200 on Blue Eyes deck full secret rare when I could say only save 170 on common rare deck. They look so nice as a deck. Dude, women love some status signaling too. It's just that they probably won't do it with playing cards. You know, I'm not denying that. I mean, women signal status with their own men, right? Like if their man is a very coveted guy, they know it and they're proud of it too. They're like, oh shit, like look at my man. You know what I mean? So yeah. It's 100% the chase, and being able to have something you know is rare. Objectively, we're paying hundreds or thousands for first edition stamp. It's purely a chase and value we attach to it. Exactly. That's what it is. Like I'm attaching value to a first edition stamp because I know nobody can buy it. You're not going to be able to get it. Like good luck getting it. You know what I mean? That's the main reason. Strictly thoughts on Top G, Andrew Tate. I like the guy. I mean, I think he's incredibly intelligent. I haven't watched too much of his stuff, but I mean, like, you know, like he like forced his way onto social media, and he's forced his way into your channels. So, I mean, I saw a couple of things. He's incredibly intelligent. The guy's very, very smart. I like him a lot. I wish I could meet him just so I can, I would like to touch on certain topics and see if he's aware of them. But there's some things where you can tell like he's playing a character, if that makes sense. And for some people, people are too stupid to see that he's playing character, but it is what it is. Like, bro, there are so many cheap cards out there. Sounds like he may watch from Fresh and Fit. I don't know what that is. I don't know what Fresh and Fit is, but I know Andrew Tate. Strictly Sealed is the best Yugi tuber right now. I appreciate you, my man. I want to see. I would want to see you play in the NBA more. Nah, it would be embarrassment, bro. Bro, you know what's funny? So I went to this is the chat that I had with somebody. So we signed up for me and my wife. We signed up for intramural volleyball, and then what's it called? I messaged the guy and I was like, "Yo, he posted an ad where he was saying." Looking for people to drop in intermediate to, we're look for advanced / competitive. I signed. I was like, oh shit, let me message him. I was like, what kind of level is it? He's like, I don't know. I would say like we're not crap, but we're not sure. I was like, oh okay, then I'm down to play. Did you guys play club? Because club is a certain level of volleyball, and then you have like varsity, and then you have below that, right? I was like, did you guys play club? He's like, oh no. I was like, oh I see that. He's like, but we can play with club players. And then I was like, okay, cool. Like I went and signed up for it. But then in the chat, I was like, bro, like some other group, they were like, oh, we're looking for some advanced players. I went to the drop in. Minimum height is 6'2" and up. I was like, what the hell is this? I can't play with this. Because height is such a huge aspect in like volleyball and basketball. So it's like if you're not tall, like you can pretty much call it game. You know what I mean? Damn, Strictly is based. Nobody has went from 0 to 15K subscribers in less than 6 months in Yugi's tube. Shots fired, my guy. Omar to girls at the club. Want to see my collection? That's pretty much it, bro. I bring my G3. I was like, you want to see my wife? Andrew Tate 2.0. I'm here for it. Nah, I'm not Andrew Tate, bro. Hot chicks over DDS blue eyes, hands down. Strictly strict. That's jokes. Too many truths casually spelled out. I appreciate you guys. The WNBA complains so much over half the US is women and they watch their sports. You know what it is? I was actually talking to my wife about it. I was like, why is it that people watch women's tennis but they don't watch the NBA? And I think the main reason that people watch volleyball and tennis for women's is because the physicality is not apparent. And that's because there's the net in between. So in basketball, you'll be able to see what's it called? Like how women are like physically interacting against each other. And there's a clear physical barrier compared to something like tennis, for example, where they're across the net, right? Like they hit the ball, right? They spin the ball the same way, just like the men do. Now, obviously, a woman's not going to return the serve of a man, but what they're going to do is basically because it's like further away and there's no physical interaction. The swing looks very similar to a man's from a perspective, from like a wider audience perspective, right? So people don't really have a problem with it, and it's not kind of like disengaging. With the NBA, if you watch the NBA or the WNBA, there's a huge difference. You know, it's like massive. So it's like, and also basketball is a much more difficult sport compared to something like volleyball or tennis, because basketball just requires a lot more. So the skill level is way more demanding, right? Like, but I think the physicalness is what makes people not want to watch the NBA, the WNBA, while they watch something like tennis or volleyball. Because volleyball, because there's that net in between, right? Like a spike is still a spike, right? A three-pointer is not the same thing when there's like no physicality involved, like how there is in the NBA. At least that's just kind of like my analysis of it. I'd love to know your thoughts as well. Women's soccer has some sort of physicality as well, and that's kind of a big separator. And also, again, you can see there's a huge difference in the strength level, right, because when you kick a soccer ball, like if a man kicks it, it's completely different than when a woman kicks it. Happy I can finally collect master sets for cheap. Any confirmation about it? About if they have any like 25th edition stamp? No idea. Looking forward to the next video, bro. I'm interested in that 6-copy card. Yeah, that one's going to be a big video for sure. It's going to be a big project. That's the difference between beta and alpha collectors. Those with the best collections always strive to have just that. I mean, sure, I guess. Women's soccer has been annoying AF too. Do you eat maple syrup on your pancakes or do you prefer honey? I eat maple syrup. I actually never really liked honey until recently. I started eating honey a lot more. BC3. Go off, fully agree. I appreciate you, Tyler. I wish cards like the Egyptian god cards were more exclusive. I agree with you. I think Egyptian god cards, their biggest issue is that they're not exclusive. Not even trying to disrespect anyone. Ernios is definitely an exception. Congrats on 15K. I appreciate you, Sean. Thank you very much. I remember you were here from the very beginning. Japanese have a lot of pride. I agree. Japanese have very big pride. They're very much like the Germans. I agree with you. The Japanese have so much pride, bro. Bro, those guys won't even sell to you. Congrats on 15K. I appreciate you, man. When Konami reprints legacy boxes, do you think they will have something to distinguish them apart from unlimited print runs? Well, at least the bottom right, it will say Studio Dice, right? So there's no other reprint that's like that. Strictly Sealed, I have a question. I feel not a true collector because I don't have old school cards. I have seen and met collectors who respect and admire who obtained those old cards. I mean, I don't think you should think like that. Bro, you are a collector because you collect cards, right? And in my opinion, if something is not in your budget, I would recommend you go for something rare but is in your budget. So I'll give you an example, okay? Because everybody gets on my ass about this, but they don't think about where I started. So when I first started, I was actually buying CRV boxes for around $60 to $70 because I could not afford Pharaoh's Servant first edition for $200 to $300. Okay, that was in like 2017. I could not afford that back then. Okay, and it was like I had to go with what I have, right? Like it's like this is the only thing I can afford. And what it did was I'm actually a Duel Monsters guy. I have never actually watched GX at all. Like I watched like first few episodes actually, but I've never really watched GX. I've never watched 5Ds. I'm a Duel Monsters guy through and through. But what me accepting that, okay, I can't afford Pharaoh's Servant. I can't afford this. Let me put my time and resources into this to try and perfect it. And what I did was I actually learned so much about the GX era that I actually came to love it. And it sort of grew with me, if that makes sense. So this is why I tell a lot of people that come into the hobby today, hey, I don't have $2,000 on Magic Ruler. Okay, well, if you love Yu-Gi-Oh, pick up Zexal boxes for $100, $200 and start learning about those. Learn about the nuances that came out in that era. What is different? What is unique about that era? And what you'll do is you'll start to grow with that hobby, with that part of the hobby. And that's what I did, okay? Like, but it comes to the idea of accepting, hey, this is not for me right now. Now I have every single box, but that's because I respected the hobby enough to not say like, oh, I want PSV prices to come down. No, I will work up to PSV prices. You know what I mean? And that's something that, in my opinion, is very important and a lot of people miss. So when I first came into the hobby, I promise you, I could not afford $300 boxes. I actually started paying like $50, $60 for CRV first edition and buying like one every 3 or 4 weeks and just setting them back. Okay, so you have the same opportunity right now with Zexal. People had it in 2020 with Zexal. It was like $50, $60. Now they're $200 a box. So it's like you either look at the half full side of the cup, or you can look at the half empty and just stay where you are and not improve. You know what I mean? So this, again, this is my biggest advice. Every single person that messages me on Patreon or looks for advice, they're like, hey, what should I do with $1,000? I can't buy any first edition PSV. I tell them, like, buy 4 or 5 extreme victories. Sit on 6, 7, whatever, like those other Zexal sets. I don't remember what they're called. Okay? And that's what I did with GX. My biggest position is GX. It's not Duel Monsters, right? But I fell in love with it. I was like, bro, like there's so much nuance in GX. There's Euro boxes, Asian English. There's, North American hobby, retail. And that was actually my first video on my YouTube channel. It's like the hobby and retail boxes, right? So in my opinion, I think that is something that people should be adopting, and people should be setting their... You should set your mind to look at what can I do instead of, what can't I do? Because there's a lot of things you can't do, bro. I promise you, there's a lot of things you can't do. Focus on what you can do. So, no, I do not think that you should feel like a not collector. However, I would say that you should try to chase the rare things, whatever that is, okay? Even if it's a low budget rare thing. I was buying Magician's Valkyria, the structure deck thing, for like $7 to $8. I have almost a binder full of them, okay? I was buying those for $7 to $8 because I was just digging around to find some rare stuff that people didn't know about. Okay, no joke. Now it's like a $70 card. I 10x'd on those cards. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So no, do not think that you are less of a collector. I think that you should just focus on what you can buy and make sure that you buy the rarest version of it that is in your budget. Also, don't really care about what other people think. Like, bro, I was admiring people's Duel Monsters collection. Like, Old School Expert had complete sets. Bro, he had complete sets. That was like my dream when I first started. I could not afford that shit. I was like minus 60K in debt, bro. Damn, now I want the LOB French Canadian. I'm German as well, but I like to collect English cards more because it's a bigger chase to acquire. It might be that it is a bigger chase. I honestly don't know. I don't keep track of German cards, but it might be a bigger chase. Do you think I should find and buy old school cards? But the problem is that they're most selling on eBay, but the shipping fee is way too much. So from where I live, what should I do? I think you should start building an Instagram page, start connecting with people. Eventually, you'll build some friends who are in the United States, and you'll be able to ask them, hey, could I pay you $100 to consolidate a package for me every single 2 months? And you can ship stuff to them. That's what I did when I first started. Now I have like people that do it for me, but that's what I did. And, they put them all in boxes and they send them out to you. I'm in Canada. I'm not in the United States. So I have high shipping options too. Top G is incarcerated. Oh, is he really? For what? Do you ever get the Blue Eyes Platinum card? Yeah, I did. I sold it. I didn't like it. Do you know any high-end collectors outside the US or Canada? Yeah. There's German guys. I know a German guy. There's Doc7 TV. That guy, he has like 2 million plus on YouTube. That dude, his French collection is disgusting. Disgusting. He has every single card. I watch women's tennis for grunting. You're a joker. Watch out, man. This is a very tricky topic. No, I'll say whatever I want. Is the King of Games Adidas collab dropping on the Adidas website or Foot Locker? Bro, okay, if anybody is... I don't understand like how it is so hard for you guys to recognize. It's in the top comment. The links for where the shoe will be dropping is in the top comment of that video. Okay, that's all I know. I don't know where it's dropping on Adidas. All I know is it's dropping on Foot Locker next week, Thursday. The link is in the top comment. I don't understand how people are having such a hard time with that. I know you don't follow the news. Are you aware of Tate's legal allegations? No, I'm actually not. I don't know what's going on. um, Binder questions. Are the new Moonlight and Walnut color variants based on DM and DMG like Kisara Blue and Inferno Red, or are based on Blue Eyes and Red Eyes? No, they're not. I have a Dark Magician one coming, as well as a Dark Magician girl coming, but that's like 2024, not right now. I think an unranked male tennis player beats Serena and Venus back to back. Yeah, I don't know. A really jokes thing is where if you watch, go watch YouTube where women returning men's serves in tennis, where they're playing co-ed, and the man just keeps serving, and every time basically he gets like straight sets because they can't return the serve. I think the shape of women's hips aren't really meant for the movement in basketball. There's a lot of lateral movement combined with running and jumping moves. I really don't know. Honestly, I don't know the physiology too much. But yeah, all I do know is that people do watch women's tennis, and to me, when I watched it, the physical barrier didn't show as much as it did with basketball. What's your secret to looking so good? I'm actually not a good looking dude. Like, I'll be considered below average. I'm maybe like a 5 or a 6, I would say. Are PSA graded Yu-Gi-Oh cards at $19, or do you have to send 20 cards before? No, you can send $20. You can send any amount of cards for $20 at PSA right now. Women's volleyball involves more technique than men's volleyball, relatively speaking. Probably, yeah, I would agree with that, because men's volleyball, I mean, from my experience, it's basically whoever has the highest vertical. If you can get up the highest and open your chest more, you're more likely going to be able to. I mean, that's why if you look at like the best volleyball players in the world, most of them, they don't actually, or not height only, like also height, and not just jumping ability, it's also height. Like if you're tall, you'll always beat out the higher jumper, because you can get there earlier, right? Like if I'm 6'4" and you're 7 foot, and I'm jumping to 7 feet and you're already at 7 feet, it doesn't matter, right? Like you can close in on the block a lot better. This is what's called a roof, at least in Canada, right? Like you go up to block and if I'm 7 feet, I can just close it in a lot faster than if I'm a 6'4" guy and I'm jumping. I think it's hard for women's sports to compete with football, college basketball, NBA, baseball, etc. People don't have time to watch more than that, to be honest. It might be as well, yeah. It might be a time thing, sure. And also, the biggest consumer of sports is men, right? So they probably want to watch something that they can relate to. Hey Omar, congrats on 15K. What is the hardest core set to collect in your opinion, and why? From LOB all the way up to 5D's era and first edition. Probably Crossroads of Chaos, I would say. Or anything GX, actually. If you look at GX is disgusting. Like Strike of Neos. Strike of Neos is harder than Crossroads of Chaos. Perhaps the Egyptian God cards will be exclusive in the 25th anniversary box. I hope so. Is the getting cards from Japan tips video still coming, or patrons only? Well, right, I'm still working on that. It's most likely going to be released to patrons first, and then like around 5 to 6 months after that, it'll be released to YouTube. I'm heading to Japan for vacation in April. Where would I buy OCG cards there? I really don't know yet. I really don't know. Are you gonna take the coaching from Mike Young? uh, I'm not sure yet. I don't know. Uh, People want what they can't have. Yeah, that's true. Hey, Strictly AOE. Sorry, I missed your super chat. My bad, man. Hey, Strictly Sealed. Any update on the Japanese PAX video? What Japanese PAX video? Are you talking about purchasing stuff? If it's purchasing stuff, I have not done that yet. I'm not sure what other Japanese packs you're talking about. Uh, is there anything bad about buying loose modern packs? In old days, they definitely scaled them. Now I don't know. I don't buy packs, to be honest. I don't think it's worth it. I think you should buy the booster box. Do a poll for the box break. I did it for the Gladiators Assault, bro. I got like 50 people looking to buy, and nobody bought. Well, not enough people bought. What was your first big collection purchase? It was something in 2017 where I built up a little bit of money and I went all in on this PSA 10 collection. I bought LOB, Blue Eyes, Red Eyes, Exodia, Dark Magician Girl, Dark Magician, everything basically, God cards, etc. for $10,000. And that was like, I was paying pretty much market price. Hey man, I love you, man. You're the greatest. No, man, I'm okay. But appreciate it. Thank you. Had a question about your choice on thoughts versus PSA versus BGS. I'm starting to collect graded cards. I'm trying to figure out what service would best suit me, CGC or PSA. If you're trying to actually collect not for value, CGC. If you're trying to collect for value, then PSA. At the moment, I do think CGC will eclipse it in the next 5 to 10 years. My opinion, though. Gotta put in that work. Doesn't happen overnight. I agree with that. Do you know how many ADC1EN are there approximately? No idea. Really don't know. Well, I can't get rich with Yu-Gi-Oh! Overnight. Did you see that Ghost Rare Black Rose on eBay? No. What do you think of buying worse condition of cards if you're on a budget? I agree with that. I think that you should buy a lower grade card compared to a higher grade unlimited. Hopefully that makes sense. What was the debt you had school debt? Yes, it is. Yeah, and I regret it. Biggest mistake of my life. Also, what did you do work before going full time into the hobby? I did anything I could, bro. Like I was teaching tennis. I was doing camps. Fucking like I was doing anything I could do to get some money. I used to do like these ads on Tumblr. Like I would make links for ads, put them on my Tumblr. I would do anything I could to make a little bit of money, and then I did this as well. Look, this was a big part of my hobby. This actually helped me pay off my debt for school. And then I transitioned into Yu-Gi-Oh! When somebody showed me the DDS Blue Eyes, and I just like kind of had like a whole nostalgia rush. Do you think that Yu-Gi-Oh! Prices can or will ever go down to 2017 levels again? It would have to be apocalyptic, if that makes sense. Like you'd basically have US dollar gets removed from the reserve currency, and that the United States is in shambles, like civil war. That's what it would take. Adrian said, I like you a lot, but now you talked about how you like Andrew Tate and that you don't watch women's sports, and you compared to a pretty woman to a not pretty one. Now I like you even more. I was not expecting that. No, I'm not bashing not pretty women. Dude, I'm just saying in general, you can see that in the club, prettier women get in a lot easier than non-pretty women. One sec. And I don't think anybody can argue with that fact, right? You might not like it, but it is something that exists in the world today. And I don't have an opinion whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. In my opinion, I think it should be all based on morality. I don't think money should even come into question when it comes to relationships or entryways or anything like that. But the fact of the matter is the world is very competitive. No one said anything to me, but thank you for advice. For me, collecting Yu-Gi-Oh cards from the commons to secret rare are my highlights of the day, even if the cards were. Yeah, I mean, I collect. My half of my collection is common cards, right? Like my set cards, there's way more commons than there are rares or holos. Do you have any of the Yu-Gi-Oh OCG 20th anniversary items? Yeah, I have. I have the Exodia, the Exodia Starlight, the Chibi Exodia, whatever you want to call it. I have. I have the world promos, or I'm trying to get the world promos, but pretty much have them secure. I have the Metal Blue Eyes, the Metal Dark Magician, stuff like that. That's what I have. I think the 20th Starlights are some of the most collectible cards out there. Like if you're trying to collect OCG and you want something that is cheap, 20th anniversary Starlight rares. They are incredible. I highly recommend them. Honestly, like I want to collect them myself. You know what I mean? Like if I want to collect something, I can recommend it. A lot of them are very limited. A majority of them are very cheap. And in my opinion, they look amazing. In my opinion, I think that they are some of the most collectible sets out there. So I highly recommend them. What is your opinion on unlimited European GX Ultimate Rares? I think unlimited European GX Ultimate Rares are niche. I think they look really nice. But for me, the back is just as good as the front. I don't want, you know, I don't want like it's like you don't want a girl that's just pretty in the face, right? Like you want the whole package. And for me, European cards, they don't do that for me. The back is really bad. There's always chipping, there's always damage and stuff like that. So for me, I would rather have something that looks good in the front or decent in the front, but really good in the back as well, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think that they're okay. I can understand why people like them. I can see why people collect them. They're just not for me. I'd rather put my resources somewhere else. I absolutely agree. Maybe if you're rich, of course you can buy whatever you want. When it started a few years ago, $30 for a card was a lot. Fast forward, my collection is over 20K. Exactly. Like you buy over time, and it's just a way of number one, empowering the hobby, right? Because you're keeping stuff in your collection, you're not taking money out of it, but at the same time, you're also keeping track of what you're spending, right? You don't want to be a base consumer, bro. What country are you from? You look Palestinian. I am Palestinian. Glass, show us your Beyblade collection. Bro, I was actually looking into Beyblades like a year ago. Like I saw on my TikTok, I saw some people like popping off. Bro, like there's some Beyblades that are like hundreds of dollars. There's so many people that collect so many things. It's so incredible, honestly. Like I'm actually blown away by you find people collecting the most random stuff. When you looked for the shoes, for the comment in the shoes, could you go look right now? Is it still is it not? Is this still not top comment? I'm waiting for the Dark Paladin video. That's Friday. He's from Saudi Arabia. I am not from Saudi Arabia. I'm Palestinian. Modern boxes are mapped, so I wouldn't do loose. I agree with you. I just meant like if yeah, my bad. Yeah, I meant like if you're buying OG boxes, you go loose. Modern boxes, you go cases. I'm back to Yu-Gi-Oh after a few years. Do you think that I should invest in GFPT too? I have no idea, bro. That's a Patreon question. Hey, Strictly, I was thinking about reading the dictionary every day to better understand the meaning of words to use. What's the name of that book that you have that goes into background of words? Very interesting. So it's a very rare book. You're not gonna really find it other than on eBay, but the book is called Black's Law Dictionary. This is a law dictionary, okay? Like, there's a reason why they teach you the English language at school, but they don't teach you the law language in in school, okay? But yeah, it's called Black's Law. This has been revised many times, and a lot of things have been left out. I would recommend the fourth edition or earlier. And this book cost me a ton of money, like $200 for this. And it's like beat. It's not even in good condition. But yeah, it's called Black's Law Dictionary if you want to understand how the world really operates in terms of meaning. What are your thoughts on expensive posters, and are you worried they could be replicated? No, I'm not worried they could be replicated. I think posters are okay. I got rid of a lot of mine because I felt like the price is too high. But I think that they are nice collectibles. I personally am too simple to understand why somebody would pay $500 for it. Simple as that. That's what I think. Are you going to complete sets like LOB or other sets? I have them completed already. What about Beckett? Beckett's trash. Do you know if they're reprinting Dark Crisis box for 25th anniversary? They are not reprinting it. What was your favorite deck the last time you played? Insector deck. What was? I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. I'm not sure. Non-pretty women are a real thing. Do you own an SM51 Blue Eyes? The Ultimate Rare looks so good. Yeah, I do. I do own it. I know how you meant that. I was just joking around. 60K debt. Yeah, biggest insane. Biggest mistake of my life. Ruxin is insane for pulling almost 2 sets of Starlight Exodia. Yeah, he is. He's actually a beast. Ruxin works extremely hard, bro. Like, I have so much respect for that guy. Besides Duel Monsters, what other Yu-Gi-Oh anime do you like? None. I have never watched anything else, but I have heard a lot of good things about 5Ds. If I ever get the time, I will definitely try and watch that next. Hey, Strictly, you have inspired me to start collecting singles again. Thank you for your hard work. Cannot wait to bind some of your binders to store the collection right. I appreciate you, Jason. Thank you for supporting the channel, man. What do you think about Pokemon holding off on another set for like 6 months? I think it's needed, to be honest with you. I think the collecting community is pretty gassed out. I mean, shit, that's tough. Strictly nah. I'm my own person. Is Amateur Hero Neos a good investment? Yes. What do you think about DMG from DD and PSA 10? I love it. I love it. I think it's an amazing card. I think it's an amazing card. And it's actually one of the few Starlights that didn't. It's one of the few 20th Secret Rares that didn't get a Starlight yet. I think it's going to be the next PSEC card, but I still think that the 20th is amazing. I would love to own that actually again. Because I sold mine. I would love to own it back. I'm Palestinian too. Hey, what's going on? Is the EOJ Unlimited being more embossed related to Euro printing, or were Unlimited just different in general? There's multiple versions of EOJ. Like, I don't want to go into it right now, but there's multiple versions of it. What kind of water do I drink? Well, this is not the water. Like, this is a refilled water bottle. Like, it's not the natural one. Like, I filter all my water, but this is it's just regular water, and I filter it in a Berkey filter, and then I put it in the fridge. So I drink regular tap water or Kirkland water, whatever you want to call it. but it's filtered. Which company do you recommend to insure your collection? You insure it yourself. I don't pay people to do that shit. What is your wife thinking about your Yu-Gi-Oh addiction? Doesn't matter what she thinks. I'll do what I want, but she doesn't mind it. Like, she knows it's how I make it. I'm not addicted to it. I just really like it, and I make a living off of it. And yeah, but it doesn't matter what she thinks. I do whatever I want. My son had me get into Beyblade. Oh yeah? Hell yeah, love this. Got a live stream going. Which company do you recommend to insure? I already answered that. The link to the shoes is the top comment, but the link wasn't working yesterday on my phone at least. Interesting. Okay. That's something I want based on how it looks. What did you say? I don't remember what you said. Sorry, neutral. Gezi is really concerned with people counterfeiting them as the price increases on posters. Doesn't matter. They can counterfeit them. It doesn't matter. Like, it's like people can counterfeit cards right now. It's not the same, right? And you can't replicate those OG posters. Like, the paper, the way that they are printed is not. You can't replicate it the same way. So as long as you can tell there's a difference, then it doesn't matter. Will the price go down? Maybe. But yeah, I mean, I don't think, for example, if somebody replicated the Giant Card Tour Guide, do I think that you'll be able to, do I think that they'll be able to, this will go down in value? No. If more come on the market that are authentic, like what happened with the Magic Ruler, then yeah, that will bring down the value. That is something that I would say is more of a concern, is that there are warehouses out there, and I'm sure one of them has a whole bunch of posters. And that's why I sold mine. I just thought it was too much risk, right? Like, bro, somebody paid me like $600 for MRD poster. Somebody paid me like $500 for Magic Ruler poster. Like, are you kidding me? Like, take it, no problem. Like, you guys are out of your mind. Someone traded me for around $1,500 worth of LOB poster. Like, nah. It's just a poster, man. Like, somebody else could have a warehouse of those. Like, I remember in like 2015, 2016, what's his face? There's this Chicago whatever. They had like literally hundreds of LOB posters for sale on the Beckett website. I meant I wouldn't be surprised if Civil War happened. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised either. Yeah, besides OG 5Ds, definitely the best anime once you get past the motorcycle stuff. Yeah. There are much better animes than 5Ds, trust. No, we're saying like Yu-Gi-Oh animes. I know there's better animes than Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh is not the gold standard when you go into good anime. Thoughts on Cyberstein up for auction? I have no idea. What's my favorite card? My favorite card is probably Magician of Black Chaos. I really like that card. Or Magic Formula. I really like both of those. Or Dark Magician Girl, or SDY Dark Magician, or DDS SDK Blue Eyes. What's going to be the retail price of Dark Magician shoe? Retail is a market price, because some people say that for some reason. I don't understand it, but yeah. In terms of retail, like literally in the store, MSRP $120. Retail, I would say $500 to $600 when all is said and done. What do you think about Rush Duel cards? I have a video coming up on that as well. Maybe GX Season 3 if we're talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds was cringe. Interesting. Just checked for the link. It is about in the middle of the comments at the moment. where you get the shoes video. Very interesting. Let me change that real quick. Let me see if... Huh. Oh, I see. My bad. I forgot to pin it. My bad. What are your tips to get back into Yu-Gi-Oh collecting and playing? I don't know about playing, but collecting. Buy the rarest version of what you like that is in your budget. Too many people get stuck on the motorcycle stuff in 5Ds. Past that is great. Interesting. Let's be real. Everyone in their mid-20s plus now stopped watching 5Ds once it came out after GX because of how silly the card dueling was. He said, I don't care what she thinks. You're a savage, bro. But I got lucky with mine. She likes pulling cards and collecting with me. Yeah. My wife likes collecting too. I'm just saying, like, in general, what she thinks does not change what I'm going to do. You know what I mean? Like, if that makes sense. So I guess I was being too assertive in that way. Like, I care what she thinks. It's just not enough that I would change anything. But yeah, she actually has her own binder, like with her own collection. She has a Yu-Gi-Oh collection and a Pokemon collection. But no, like I definitely share the hobby with my wife. I have a lot of fun with her. It's just I'm just saying, like, it would not change what I do. Cause like the guy was doing laughing emoji, so it seemed like he was kind of like saying, oh, like she doesn't like your hobby or whatever. It's like, doesn't matter what she likes. I am not addicted to cocaine. I just really like it. Can you do a video on the forbidden Yu-Gi-Oh card? Maybe, yeah. Yeah, that's me, Crispy. I can't get over the motorcycles. It was like blasphemy after growing up with Duel Monsters and GX. I just want to say thank you for the work that you do for the collector side of the community. Your insight and opinion is priceless for people. Always point them your way when I'm asked for advice. Thank you, Strictly Sealed. I appreciate you, Asal. Thank you so much. Not the real thing. I feel you. I'm trying to get all the Beyblades from Blade Breakers. Very interesting. View remix. Yes, I'm trying to watch it, and only thing it was going, and I can't read that, bro. That's another thing that helps 5Ds. It has OG voice actors for some characters. Interesting. Where are you able to watch subbed Yu-Gi-Oh? I torrent everything. I torrent everything. Nah, Yu-Gi-Oh is gold standard. Haha, joke. Are you watching the current anime? If so, what are you watching? No, I'm not watching anything right now. But I am excited for Attack on Titan, the last season, the final season, and Vinland Saga. Because those two I really like those two shows. Bro, I love the way Rush Duel cards look. Bro, wait until you see them in person, bro. Like you get that Overrush Blue Eyes. Ooh, you're gonna get Overrush of beauty, bro. That card is gorgeous. Hey, Strictly Sealed, were you ever into Digimon collected OG cards, not the newer stuff they come out with newer nowadays? Yeah, I had that BGS 9.5 War Greymon I sold. I also had like cases of Digimon blisters, cases of them. So yeah. Did you read the OG Yu-Gi-Oh manga? It was really good. I did read it. Yeah, it's really good. I agree with you. What do you offer your Patreon members? Well, they can just basically ask me if something is a good purchase or not. That's usually what they do. That's the main reason. And then the other one is I put out articles of certain topics that I feel like are important for the hobby, and stuff that I will not be getting to in the Yu-Gi-Oh in the YouTube realm anytime soon, if that makes sense. Um, yeah, but and then as well, you get sometimes if I'm able to release a video early, you guys get early preview of it like a couple days in advance. No, you're good. I was just messing with you, and that's awesome. Your wife sounds like mine. I know, hard to understand just messaging. Fair enough, makes sense. One shouldn't change who they are for another person in general, anyway. Well, this is not who I am. It's just what I do, and it's like it's what I'm good at, right? So it's like I can I plus you want somebody that will be like, my wife is the one that actually pushed me into statue collecting, like, because I had like $500 to my name, and each statue is like $500, and I was like, I don't know if I should do this. I think this might be a good deal. I might be able to make some money off of this, and she's the one that pushed me into buying it, and she's the one that kind of like started the whole way, and she's like an integral part of the business. Like, she packs the packages, like some of the packages. She does listings and stuff like that. She's very integral, like irreplaceable level of integration into my business. Like, I literally can't run the business without her anymore. So yeah, as if someone got offended by his comment, not caring about what he thinks. Um, no, I don't think he got offended. I think he's just teasing me. And I get it. I mean, okay, listen, dude. I care about what my wife thinks. It's just I would not change unless I felt like it was harmful. I just ordered some OCG packs to open. Oh, by the way, Charizard, I appreciate you being a member. Thank you so much, man. It does mean a lot. I just opened some OCG. Or I ordered some OCG packs to open. I can't wait. The artwork and cards look awesome. That's fantastic, man. Bro, they are splitting the last season of AOT Part 4 into two parts as well. What? Again? What is this? I'm a sealed collector of old Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And my favorite channel going on YouTube. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. I'll try to keep the content as potent as possible. Will you share your knowledge on what you learned in school? I learned zero in school, literally zero. Okay, I'm telling you, biggest mistake of my life. If you don't know what you want to do in life, you do not go to school. Okay, do not go to school. Go work for anybody. You will get more information that way. I promise you. I'm not saying don't go to school in general. Go to school if you feel like this is the way to do what you want to do. But if you don't know what you want to do not go to school. Love your stuff. I appreciate you, Charizard Reaper. Thank you so much. It would be so nice if they released Magician of Black Chaos, Ritual, a magic formula short printed like glass alongside DMG in Magician's Force. Maybe it would have been the best box set ever. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. Thoughts on how big the DM print run will be? No idea. Probably like 10,000 at most. What are your thoughts on promo cards from BPT or CT? I love them. I collect all of them. Got my BA and don't use it. Going to college the ways. Don't do it. Yeah. Yeah. Unless you're doing STEM, it's not worth going to school. A question then, if you plan on having kids, how would you go about raising them in terms of education or otherwise? So my kids will most likely be homeschooled, while being put in a lot of sports so that they can still get their social experiences and stuff like that. But in terms of schooling, that will be done at home. Either my wife or will hire a teacher, and my wife will basically, when I married my wife, I had some stipulations, and I said, I do not want to see my child. I do not want to see my child uh, like with anybody other than you, if that makes sense, other than her, because I totally respect her and I totally trust her, and I think uh, if there's anybody that in today's society, at least my experience is the school raises your child. The school is the thing that the child sees the most, and I don't agree with that. So I told her uh, the one stipulation I need is that until the child is an adult, you and like his you are going to be facilitating his experiences, and yeah, basically he's going to be homeschooled, and he's going to be in like 50 sports until he decides to pick one. And once he picks one, he's gonna I made sure my wife was tall. So if he wants to play volleyball or basketball, I'm sure he's gonna be 6 foot plus, because I'm 6 foot, and then she's like 5'8", or maybe 5'10", sorry, 5'11" maybe. So he's gonna be taller than us for sure. So he's gonna be able to play competitively even in the higher level of schools. And then when he goes to university, if he wants to go to university, he doesn't have to be homeschooled. That and then he can go do whatever he wants. But yeah, there's absolutely no way I am sending my kid to these communist schools, bro. Ain't no way in hell he's gonna go to these communist schools. I agree with the school sentiment. It's only worthwhile if you know you will finish a degree in the STEM field. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because you need that, right? Like that's a license, and it's completely different than something like what I did, which is Bachelor of Business, like literally garbage. Same here. No chance I'm sending my kids to school without the operate these days. Exactly. Are you interested in buying GXAE Ultimate Rares? Probably not. I have a couple, but it's just personal favorites. I wouldn't really buy them myself. Too hard to access. I wish I could afford private school or homeschool, but I'm just going to do my best and hope my parenting is great. Yeah, I mean, look, if you can't afford it, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to afford it. That's why I'm not having a child yet, right? Because I don't know how much I don't know if I'll be able to afford it, but the goal is this. And then if it's not that, then my child will be picked up from school right away. You know, no daycares, none of that garbage. Like I need I need my wife's 100% conscious concentrated effort on my son and daughter. You know what I mean? Like 100%. Like she's gonna be the lunch lady there. You know what I mean? Like she's gonna be participating all the time, because that's uh, in my opinion, that is the parent's job. The parent's job is to create to basically embed himself in the child's life, so that the child does not go in a bad direction. And then after that, they can choose on their own. That's their decision, right? But when they're kids, no, they're my responsibility. Like it's literally my responsibility. Like this child did not choose to be born, right? Like I made that choice for him, and thus it is my responsibility. Bro, my girlfriend is short. Should I break up with her? Nah, I'm just a man with a plan. That's why. Like when I saw my wife, I was like, wow, she's gorgeous and she's tall. I gotta land that. I went to a bar with my friends that night when we met her. We asked her out. I was like, bro, we have to go to the bar. We have to go. We asked her out. I was like, when we left, she's the quiet type, the wifey material type. And I was like, I told them, I was like, bro, like this is I'm gonna get her. And then a month later, we were dating. But yeah, that was like 10 years ago, pretty much, almost. Will you ever have your wife on video? Probably not. No. Al- Always wanted to know what's up with the tour bus posters. These are actually not posters. These are prize cards. These are they're called giant cards, and it's literally a giant cardboard. It's not a poster. It has the back as well printed. Um, I showcased it in my video. You can check it out. You can check it out on my channel. I actually unboxed one of these. They are yeah, they are up there, and they're prize cards. There's actually 10 of these in the world. I own 30% of them. There's 10 English ones. There might be more like other languages, but English ones, yeah. Yeah, but they're prize cards. They're handed out to winners. Yeah, and if you actually look at my description, you'll always see like edited with the help of Mrs. Strictly, because she's the one that actually edited a lot of my videos when like the workload got too heavy. Like I showed her how to do it. Actually, I didn't even show her, bro. Like she just watched while I worked, and she picked it up like this. I was like, bro, this is goated right here. Like wifey material. That's it. I know the Dark Paladin video is coming out. What's after that? And after that is a mail day. And then after that is CGC video games. I'm comparing CGC video games to WADA to VGA. And I'm telling you guys what, in my opinion, is the best grading company for, or at least the pros and cons of every single grading company. Why do you like Tour Bus anyways? Not exactly OG, and you never really played the game. I actually played a little bit on Dueling Network when this card came out, and I remember like when I collected my Dark Magician girls and Dark Magician, I went to the card shop to show off my binder, and everyone's like, "What the hell is this? Get this out of my face!" And before walking out of the shop with my head down, what's it called? They they someone pulled the tour guide, and at the time it was like $300, and everyone was screaming, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is so cool!" And it's kind of like a fond memory that I have. And this card was very usable in the Insector deck as well. So it just ended up being resonating in my mind. And basically there's no other OG cards that were printed other than BLS in giant card form. So this was kind of the one that I went with. There's another one that I really want, is the Pot of Duality, as well as the Rescue Rabbit, because that was basically the core deck, right? Dino Rabbits. Yeah. I really like that card. I think it's such a simple effect, but it's freaking busted, right? Or at least it was busted. Any recommendations to scaling an eBay trading cards business? Very interesting. So I had somebody ask me this on Patreon, and the answer I gave them was, uh, the best way to go about it is scaling when you need to, and not because you want to. Okay, so you have to scale, and in my opinion, that's how you do it. Okay, so like for example, if you see, first of all, you have to get a store. Okay, you have to get a store, and then you have to get like open an LLC, and then start getting modern product. You cannot scale off of vintage anymore. This was something that was possible 2-3 years ago, not possible anymore. So you need to be able to get modern, and then with modern, the way that you scale is you, what's it called? You start doing the box breaks, and you start selling bulk. You start selling the code cards. Start selling all these things. and try to make back your money as much as possible. And you scale by building a bigger audience. So you have to find a way to advertise, or at least be able to beat the competition without losing money. So I definitely recommend you open up an LLC and get distributor license. Do you do anything with uncut sheets of Yu-Gi-Oh? I have one secret rare uncut sheet with Zodiac's monsters on it. Don't know if you have any advice on it. I have no idea. That's a Patreon question, but I really don't know too much. In terms of uncut sheets, I like uncut sheets. I had some, and I have one coming. I have the Ghost from the Past Ghost Rare sheet. I have that coming. I'm gonna hang that up here. Wow, a BLS giant card has to be very expensive. Well, these ones are like $3,000 each. So it's around $9,000 for the set, but they're around $3,000, and the BLS is probably around like $5,000. You have box protectors and binders for collectors. What's the next project? Sleeves. Sleeves. Do you have a sealed game collection? If so, what do you have? You can look it up on my YouTube channel. I have a video of all my sealed games. Do you go to Harbor Fitness? I go to Fit for Less. I got recognized there. Wouldn't that sheet be scuffed as hell in the back, like the cards that come out of the pack? I have no idea, man. I haven't really seen it, but the guy said that it's pretty near mint. If it's not, he's going to refund me a little bit. Damn, Ghost Rare sheet, that's going to look sweet. Is it going to be the first Ghost from the Past? No, it's actually the second one. I want the second one. I don't want the first one. The second one has like all of the classic monsters. So yeah. Damn, Ghost Rare sheet, that's gonna look sweet. Is it gonna be the first? I already answered that, sorry. Wow, that's something I want to see, a full page of Ghost Rares uncut. Yeah, I'm gonna make a video on it for sure. I know you said you were a fan of Dex binders. Just FYI, they have restocked a lot of colors on the website. Quality's A1. They're not as good as my binders anymore. My binders are much nicer now. I own Dex. I sold them. Recently purchased all 3 YDB1 promos for $800. Good deal. It's a decent deal actually. It depends on the condition really. How do these uncut sheets even get into circulation? Do they always give them out? Yeah, this one was a prize card. It was like a prize sheet, and it was I think the last sold was like $10,000. But yeah, yeah, it was basically a price sheet. There's 3 of them in the world, so yeah. Hey Amar, I appreciate you joining the D boys, man. Would you get GX uncut sheets? I want the Cybernetic Revolution uncut sheet that is on eBay, but I'm not paying $15,000 for it. Not in this market. Maybe like 10,000, 8 to 10,000, but I would not pay like 15. Nah. I really like that sheet though. I really like that CRV sheet that's on eBay. I Any advice on maxing chances of getting a PSA 10? Trying to nab a set of PSA 10 Cyber Dragons. Your best bet is to open it from the pack. That card is very played. You're not gonna be able to find a lot of like near mints that can grade 10s. What's a raw copy of Ill Blood worth to you in near mint to mint condition? Depends. Can I grade a 10? If it's graded a 10, I'll pay like $300 for it. If it can grade a 9, I'll pay like $150, $200 for it. Are you writing off those tour guides? No comment. First edition, by the way. Yeah, probably like 200 to 250, 150 to 200. And then for could you make a video about grading cards? Would be nice to know which of my cards had PSA 10 potential. Yeah, I might do something like that. Yeah. Wow, we got a member joining in, and we got a donation. Strictly Chat. I think that's like my third Strictly Chat. No, not Strictly Chat. Super Chat on YouTube. I almost made it. Did you come out with a video for CGC? Yeah, honestly, CGC has been killing it. Grades, I would say, are 85 to 9% accurate regarding corners, edges, and surface. Totally agree with you. I will be doing that soon. I'll be doing that soon. Did you miss my last comment? I'd rather not say. What was your last comment? I'm pretty sure you should interview Bilingual Duelist. I love both of your channels, and he's in the Discord. Yeah, I plan on doing something with Bilingual Duelist. We're actually working together on something right now for the Strictly Sealed website. You getting any Yu-Gi-Oh statues? Nah, I don't like the way. The reason I like these is because they look like pieces of art, if that makes sense. Let me show you this, actually. Let me show you. Okay. So, move this out of the way. This is heavy as hell, but alright, check this Dr. Doom, alright? Look at this throne. Look at this. You see what I'm saying? It looks like a work of art. This thing is like 50 pounds, but sorry. Yeah, you see that? And look at how badass he looks. Look at this. What a beast. Look at his chalice. Look at this. Sorry. Look at that. Look at the patina. See, yeah, it looks like a work of art. It's not just like a statue. I don't know. It's not the same when it comes to other statues. Like this is why I like these. These are hand sculpted. They're really old. It's not like today where it's like it looks very toyish. I love the new binders. Do you have any local pickups in the GTA? Yeah, I do. Yeah, you can just so you can buy them from Sunny Hobbies if you'd like, or you can pick them up from me if you'd like in person, and we can chat for a little bit. A bunch of people did that. That level of detail is quite nice. Yeah, I really want to do a video on these. I don't know if people would watch though. Show us your dual disc collection. I don't have that. Like, look at this Venom. I'll show you right now. Watch it. Check this out. Hold up. All right. Look at this. This is hand sculpted. Look at the detail on him. Look at this. This is made of stone, like polystone. It's not PVC. It's heavy as hell. Look at this thing, man. It's grotesque. It's gothic as hell. Never mind the figures. I'm in love with the glass doors again. For real. What materials are the statues? So these are made of resin slash polystone mix. And they're hand sculpted. They're hand sculpted out of clay. And then they're cast, and then there's like they're produced. And yeah, these ones here are like, yeah, they're actual. These are massive, especially the Gray Hulk, bro. The Gray Hulk, something about the body sculpt is like, bro, like I can't lift that thing. So if I could, like I would show you guys, but the body sculpt on that Hulk is disgusting. It's ridiculous. Are all of those made by the same people? So this one, I don't know who sculpted this. This one, these two right here, they're sculpted by somebody called Pablo Vigiano. He's a Italian artist. He's a part of something called the Gore Group. If you look up Carnage Comiquette on Google Images or ArtStation, you'll find him actually building this from scratch, like sculpting it from scratch. Same with the Venom. So those are called Venom and Carnage Comiquette. They're sculpted by Pablo Vigiano and the Gore Group. The Doctor Doom is also sculpted by the Gore Group as well. Majority Pablo Vigiano. The Venom and Carnage had Martin Canale as a part of it. Again, another Italian sculptor. And then the Hulk is sculpted by Andy Bergholtz. And his Instagram, the other guys, I think they have Instagram. I don't know if Pablo has, but Martin Canal has 100%. This guy, you can look him up. His name is Monster Papa on Instagram. Like the way that he sculpts is all of these guys actually they end up going into digital sculpting, which in my opinion is not the same. Like they're nice, but they don't have the same level of life to them, if that makes sense. These guys are all hand sculpted. Andy's the only one that still does hand sculpting, and he only does hand sculpting. But the vascularity of the muscle that he does on his Hulks are just something unbelievable. And yeah, like I really gotta do a video on this guy. There's not a single video of this because this thing is so rare. This is called Grey Hulk Premium Format. This is called Doctor Doom Premium Format. And that's Mark 1 Maquette. And they're all by Sideshow Collectibles. In the Sideshow glory days, basically. Before they started doing digital sculpting. I don't like digital sculpting. If you guys want a nice channel to watch, that where you're like blown away by the art, I highly recommend somebody called, hold on. I'll look him up right now. Okay. His name is Sculpture Geek. This guy is a master. Let me show you real quick. Okay, let me show you the mastery of this guy's work. Like disgusting. Check this. So he literally like puts a coil thing. He man. Let me speed this up so that I don't know, I don't get copyrighted or something. But check this. Hand by hand. Look at this. What is that? How could somebody do that? My God. Don't. I live for stuff like this. And when I see somebody, a master, put in work like this, oh, this guy is truly a master. Look at the skin texture, the way that he does it. Oh. Yeah, his name is Sculpture Geek. I followed this guy back when he had like, I don't know, like maybe 3 or 4K followers. Look at this. All right. What a beast. What is that? And that's one of his earlier works too. This is like 5 years ago. Like if you look at his look at his Star Fox. Look at this. Look at that fur. What is that? Disgusting. Actually incredible. Actually unbelievable, man. He had one that recently popped off. I think it was the Sonic. Yeah. Look at this. Like literally again, like from scratch. Okay. And this one he actually painted. So with paint, you don't have to do that same level of detail on the eyes because you can just paint that in there. Nah, man. Like, what? Look at this. How is this like from bare hands? Nah. You see what I'm talking about? Like this is the level of mastery some humans can achieve. Jeez. Yeah. Would you buy more statues? So I would buy if I had space. So like I really love statues, but I feel like um that you need to give them their breathing space, and that's very important to me. So yeah, I would buy if I had more room, but I really don't, and I don't want it to be too cluttered, if that makes sense. Yeah, so I'm a big fan of hand sculpted stuff. Let me show you guys real quick the uh, like this is Monster Papa right here. Like his work, unbelievable, unbelievable. This is the original Hulk. This is the one that he sculpted. This is the one that I have. Before he had like tattered pants as sculpted, but they changed that, and now they have like he has cloth jeans. But yeah, like his stuff is truly ridiculous. Like, oh my goodness, something about look at this. Something about the way that he does skin. It just looks so lifelike. You know what I mean? I can't really explain it. Just something about the skin that he does. It just looks alive. Look at this. This is sculpted and painted by him. Look at this. This looks alive, bro. What is even that? It literally looks alive. How is this a sculpt? He did this by hand. I remember seeing him, watching him live on Instagram like 4 or 5 years ago. How is this even a sculpt? Look at this. This is him as well, by hand. Disgusting. It's just ridiculous. Like, what is... Oh my goodness. It looks like a real... Oh, look at this. Amazing work, man. His stuff is truly remarkable. You were in shock that people collect almost anything now. Do you recommend anything collectible from the MCU or Marvel in general to collect? Well, with statues, the statue market has truly become a commodities market, unfortunately. So now you have to basically buy what you think looks the best, and basically try to get it at the best price possible. Unfortunately, it's not collectible anymore. Like, they call themselves sideshow collectibles, but it's not very collectible. One thing that I really like that I saw recently um is this sculpt called it's Darth Vader, mythos. Okay. Oh, like this statue, like they completely destroyed the collectability of it because they made the edition size like 10,000, which is way too much for statues. But look at this statue right here. Look at this. This is sculpted by some people, two brothers called the Kerchak brothers. Look at this. Look at this piece. Amazing. Amazing piece right here. Look at the cape flip. This is literally a sculpted cape. Yeah. Andrea said, if you ever need a custom sculpture of anything, hit me up. I work in the 3D industry. If I can't do it myself, I know a slew of 3D artists. Oh, do you? Could you send me your link? Could you send me your link? I'd love to maybe work with you. I don't know if you're interested. I might do like a statue or something. I've always wanted to do something. I wanted to do something where a real Millennium puzzle, but not made out of plastic, like made out of metal. I'd love to do something like that. But I feel like Konami would sue me anyway. Hello, my friend. Congratulations. Hey, thank you so much, Celestial, man. Celestial's one of those guys that I actually need to bring on the podcast, actually, because he runs a store as well. He's very much like Sassy Auto, and he works with him actually. I think I'm gonna commission my friend to draw me his interpretation of some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Yeah, I mean, for me, if you guys really want a nice artist for Yu-Gi-Oh, I highly recommend Sis YGO. She is incredible, bro. Like, the work that she does is unbelievable. It doesn't look anything like. Let me show you guys while we're here. Why not? If you guys don't want me to keep going with this art stuff, let me know. We can just move on. But um, if you look at her work, bro, like her work is disgusting. It looks exactly like what's her face, exactly like Kazuki's. Look at this. This is hers. All she's pretty anal about people reusing the art, but whatever. Look at this. This is all hers. Her art is amazing. This is, check this out. Look at this. Like even the shadowing and the line work is so reminiscent. It still has her own style, but she nails the look. Look at this, man. Ooh. I wanted to work with her so bad. Like I messaged her like from every account. I was like, yo, please let me commission something with you. She's very anal about it. Look at this. It looks exactly like her. It looks exactly like Dark Magician Girl, but with her own style, like Sis Yu-Gi-Oh. She's Sis is a white is a thingy. Um, oops. Like, give me a break, bro. Give me a break. What is that? Like, it looks exactly like them, bro. Like she nails that Dark Magician Girl eyes. It's very hard to do. It's incredibly hard to do. She doesn't even allow like prints or anything, bro. Like she can make mad money. She can make mad money if she started making prints. Her work is unbelievable. I've never seen anybody be able to replicate the life that Kazuki Takahashi had, other than like official animators. You know what I mean? But those guys are different. Like this is earlier on, but like look at this. Beautiful work. Look at this. Look at that. Man. Look at this. What is this? Bro, I would throw these up all day in my room. These look like real artwork, man. Like it's just the composition, the way that the symmetry of everything, she just nails that. She just does it so well, man. I know it says Yu-Gi-Oh, but how do you know it says she? Um, I don't know that it says she, but I have a pretty good guess that it says she, and I don't know how I know that. I don't remember. But yeah, like this is beautiful, man. Man, why won't you reply to me, bro? Why won't you reply to me? We could get so much stuff, so much work. Man, look at this. Like the life of Kazuki Takahashi is right there. Like that Dark Magician Girl. Ooh, looks exactly like her. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the composition of this photo. Look at this. My God. Yeah, I saw all her work, man. Yeah, it's really nice. Like I highly recommend it. She's sis YGO on Instagram and sis YGO on Twitter. She posts first on Twitter and then she posts it on Instagram. I've been trying to find the Slifer wallpaper that doesn't look blurry on my laptop. Yeah, that one is really nice. It's a really nice phone wallpaper. That Slifer one that I showed you, it's really nice. And yeah, I saw the Silent Magician one. There's really nobody that does art like this to this level, like of being able to match Takahashi's work. But yeah, anyway, we've been at it for like 2 hours and 15 minutes. I think we pretty much exhausted all topics. Again, thank you so much for 15,000 subscribers, guys. Honestly, I truly appreciate it. If you have more content ideas for me, leave them in the comment section. I'm going to be taking a look at everything. I read everything that you guys send. Yeah, thank you so much. Honestly, I'm truly grateful to all of you guys. And hopefully I'll see you on Friday in my next video. Peace.